A few days ago, someone sent me a message on LinkedIn that genuinely made me stop. I didn't only stop, I was also reflecting on the matter. She told me she was preparing for UK Global Talent Visa through the British Academy route, and she had contacted a university. She had made several professional contacts asking if they could write a recommendation letter for her. The responses were disappointing, and the university said they couldn't provide letters for immigration purposes. Other professionals replied that they didn't know her or her work well enough to recommend her, and this is her reality. She ended her message by saying something that really stayed with me. She said, I am very depressed because of this. Can you please guide me? If you have experienced something similar or you're worried that you might end up like this, then this video is for you. No, the issue here isn't about recommendation letter itself. The issue starts much earlier. It started way long earlier before this time. So, hello, and I'll say you're welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Olasunkanmi Arowolo, and I create practical content to help academics, to help researchers, to help professionals navigate the UK global talent route journey. And I do this with clarity, with strategy, and I also do publish other content regarding the areas of my concerns, my expertise, my interest, and more. I post teaching material too, but today video is about global talent route and recommendation letters. It is about understanding why people say no. Once you understand that, you will approach the process very differently. Well, I got my letters and I got them in a very unique way. But first, don't take every rejection personally. When someone refuses to write you a recommendation letter, it's natural to feel disappointed. But don't immediately assume they are questioning your ability or trying to prevent your progress. Sometimes organizations have policies. Many universities simply do not issue letters specifically for immigration application. This isn't about you. It's about institutional policy. Other times, the reason is even simpler. Someone genuinely doesn't know you well. They don't know your work well. Think about it from their perspective. A recommendation letter is not just a favor. It is a professional endorsement. They are attaching their reputation to yours. Are they confident about who you are? If they do not confidently speak about your work, saying no is actually an ethical decision. I would say sometimes it's beneficial because what if they write you a weak recommendation letter? But then let's talk about this. What is a recommendation letter itself? Now, for many applicants, you know, think about recommendation letter differently. Many applicants think recommendation letter is a document that helps them get endorsed. I think that's an incomplete way of looking at it. A recommendation letter is an evidence that someone with recognized standing has personally observed your contribution and believe you have the potential to make a significant impact. Notice that what that means is that the letter is built on relationship, not requests. If someone has simply met you once or simply know you from LinkedIn, it becomes difficult for them to write a convincing letter. A weak recommendation letter is often worse than no recommendation letter at all. So you should be sometimes thankful that they said, sorry, no thanks. So, second point, why strangers usually say no. One of the biggest mistakes many applicants make is identifying successful people in their field and thinking if I could just get this one person to sign a recommendation letter, my application will become stronger. That's not true. That's not how it works. Recommendation letters are not about borrowing someone else's reputation. It is about using their reputation to validate yours. I don't know. Does that make sense to you? About using their reputation to validate yours. Using their reputation to validate yours. It's very important that you do this strategically. That requires knowledge. It requires interactions. It requires trust and confidence in your work. If these things doesn't exist, many professionals will politely decline. And they should. Yeah, I will decline too. Now, instead of asking, Who can write my recommendation letter? Ask yourself, who genuinely knows my work well enough to explain why I deserve recognition? When you have answers to that, that changes everything. Maybe it's a research collaborator. Maybe it's someone you have worked with on a funded project. Maybe it's an editor you have worked with alongside. These are potential people you should think about when you are seeking out for who to recommend, who to support your application. It could also be someone who have seen your leadership over the years, notice that all of these examples, that all of the things you've been putting together are, making sense for them to be able to provide a genuine professional recommendation or established professional relationship. So last minute doesn't work. So one thing I would like to mention here is that, what if you are not there yet? Yes, it's possible that you're not there yet. This is probably the most important part of today's video. If you are struggling to find suitable recommenders, don't immediately conclude that your global talent journey is over. Instead, ask yourself a more strategic question. Ask yourself, what relationship do I need to build over the next 1 to 3 years? Sometimes the challenge isn't your ability, it is your timing. Global talent journey is designed to recognize people who have already begun establishing themselves within their profession. If you're still in the process of building your recognition, that's perfectly fine and it's okay. Use this season to contribute. Use this season to collaborate. Use it to publish. Use it to present. Use it to volunteer. Use it to mentor. Use it to serve your profession. And over the time, you naturally develop a kind of professional relationship that make recommendation letters much easier to do. Okay, I'll close with this. I like to leave you with one thought. Strongest recommendation letters are not written because someone asked. They are written because someone genuinely believes in the value of your work. Let that sink in. Someone believes in the value of your work. So focus first on becoming the kind of professional that people are proud to recommend. The letters will follow naturally. If you have ever struggled with recommendation letters or you are currently preparing for the UK Global Talent visa application endorsement, I would love to hear your experience. Love to hear your experience. Put it in the comments. So next week we'll discuss on one of the biggest mistakes applicants make when they ask for recommendation letters and how you can avoid it. If you found this video helpful, this is the point where I will urge you to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's preparing for UK Global Talent route. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to use the QR code right here. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, right there. Yeah, this QR code. If you want to, seek guidance on how to, navigate your journey to the Global Talent application successfully. Until this time, I remain your own, very own OA.